What's up, everybody? Braxton here, your prepared influencer. And last week, during the weekend, I took the time to film a test flight that I did with a new drone that I just purchased, the Mavic Mini. This is a very inexpensive drone for entry-level pilots, and it's really considered the best quality drone that you could purchase as a hobbyist. You guys go ahead and stay tuned. I go into more depth in the video. If you guys like what you see, go ahead and comment and give me a like, and yeah, see you guys in the video.
So I have in front of me the DJI Mavic Mini. This is actually going to be my second flight because I've taken it out of the box and used it once before, but today is just going to be running through the basics. There's a couple of things I want to kind of go over to practice and really just get some time behind the sticks and try to get better at piloting. So the first step here is going to be to take my phone out of the case, and then we're going to go ahead and plug it in to our remote. Alright, I think we're plugged in, good to go. And then we're going to go to the DJI Fly app, and we are going to go ahead and pull the drone out. And the next step here is going to be the battery. So something new that I just got is going to be this case with these little tiny ND filters. I'm not sure which one I want to use today. The sun is kind of bright. We are getting close to sunset. I think I can use a pretty high ND filter. Let's try the ND32. We'll go ahead and remove our camera case, clip this bad boy on, like so. Fits like a glove, and voila. So now we can go ahead and turn the drone on. Oh, I guess we gotta turn this on. There we go. Alright. Compass calibration required. Let's start. Alright, so I guess we're going to go ahead and take off. Okay, and kind of so we're going to want to keep it pretty low, but the main thing is that we do want to avoid the power lines, so that's going to be the goal for today. So there I am. So I think the safest direction to fly is going to be towards the sun. We can use the sun as a backlight, and I'm going to do a droney for the first move. So we're actually filming in 1080p. We want to switch that to 2.7K, and we're going to keep that at 30 frames per second. And there's a nice dog turd there, so we got to watch out where we're standing. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the first effect, which is going to be our droney. And we only want to go up to about 80 feet. It's going to go straight back, so we're paying attention, watching out for the power lines, watching out for structures. And yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot. So now it's going to come right back. And something that I forgot to do, guys, once this droney is complete, we're going to go ahead and do the screen capture, or the screen record, because we forgot to do that. So okay, let's do that one more time. Follow myself, and we'll start. So we'll wave, seeing the drone fly away. And yeah, I think that ND filter is actually going to really be helpful. I might have actually been able to put on a stronger one. So now we know in the future. Looks like our battery's still at 75%. We got about 22 minutes. Okay, the next one we can go ahead and do is going to be the rocket. And let's do this one to 100 feet. This is going to be the highest I've actually flown the drone. I've always stayed under 100 feet just due to the area. I think I'm actually in the direct flight path of one of the airports, and so you do have to be cognizant of that. I'm not going to exceed 100 feet just in case, even though I think I am in this area allowed to fly up to 200. We're going to keep it under 100, or right at 100, so we'll go ahead and unlock the EV settings, relock them. I'm going to follow myself, and then we're going to transition downward here, directly underneath the drone, and I'm going to relock the EV settings. There we go, we're locked there, and then we're going to go ahead and hit the rocket and start. Oh, so I feel a small gust of wind. Okay, ran into a little issue there, not sure what that was. So the controller was having an issue actually connecting, so we didn't have a target to follow, but let's go ahead and go now. Can wave, and it's just gonna go straight up. And there you have it. So the next one we're going to want to do with a little bit of altitude, because I do have structures around me that I don't want to hit. So I'm actually going to increase my height. I'll go to about right there. And then we're going to do a circle. And let's go ahead and start. Hopefully. Our circle is looking pretty good. Perfect. No structures or issues. Nice. So, there's a plane here. This is the flight path that I was talking about, guys. The Addison Airport is actually right over here, and this is a direct flight path for these planes. So we're gonna keep it low. We're gonna keep it under 100 feet. And yeah, let's see what else we can really do. We're kind of limited because we do have so many structures obscuring us. I don't really want to do the helix because I don't know the projected flight path of the helix, and I don't want to run into any issues as we're going out. But what we can do is just get some cool video here of these power lines, and we're gonna be safe. We're not gonna come too close. We're gonna check out this field over here, and we're gonna go into, we are in sport mode, C mode, P mode. So I want to do C mode to really kind of control how I'm flying. And so we're just gonna kind of head this way, head this general direction, watching the power lines. You know, and it's actually really difficult to see where they are, especially on the camera, and the depth perception is really challenging as well. So it's probably safer to get closer to the tower versus trying to deal with the lines themselves. We don't want to have any interference with that, so we'll kind of move over to our right here. we are. Let me do a little yaw, a little pitch over. And I'm actually going to change this, unlock the EV settings here and kind of go down, relock it, and that way when I pan the camera around it's not switching or looking weird. So yeah, so we're actually going to take this over a little bit into this field, check things out, being really careful and cognizant of where these lines are. So we're about 250 feet away. I still have a line of sight of my drone, and yeah, let's just kind of look. There's a nice field that we have over here. I've never actually taken a look of it. Oh, we had a little bit of lag in the camera, a little connection issue. And so here's the apartment complex where I live, right here, and then you can actually see me in the bottom of the screen there. And so this is all new to me, guys. This is something that with time hopefully we get more experienced, and eventually we'll be able to get better with piloting manually. So I'm not going to actually hit the return home feature, because if I do that the drone's going to want to go up, and we're avoiding these power lines, so we're just going to actually fly back the direction we came. When you're flying to yourself, everything is going to be opposite. So what I want to do is head forward to come back to myself. And we have made it home safe. Alright. So let's kind of head over in this direction, and let's see how we can kind of navigate structures, so that we can kind of practice that as well. And it looks like my battery life is now at 41%. It's looking like we have about, I'm not quite sure how much longer we have. I'm not sure how long we've been in the air. So this is going to be a little challenging. So we're going to go ahead and fly over there into the parking lot a bit, making sure we'll kind of go up to avoid structures. And my goal will be to actually land on the ping pong table over here. So this will be a manual land. This is just a practice so that if I ever run into any issues in the future and I just need to land, or if I feel more comfortable landing, I can do that. So we'll go ahead and turn our drone, point the camera down. So right there in front of us is where we're trying to land, right there on that ping pong table. So go ahead and fly forward a bit. And we're still in Cinesmooth mode. This is going to help me pilot a little bit better, just to kind of keep things really slow, controlled. And we're going to get right above this. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and start landing. We'll start our descent with our camera facing downward. I'm just going really slow. We're not in a rush. And looks like I want to go forward just a tad. We're going to continue to go down. And go back a little. Continue to go down. Okay, looks like we landed. Hopefully it landed safely. We'll go check it out now. Camera's still recording. We'll go ahead and end our recording there. So yeah, we have a lot of aircraft traffic right above us. And yeah, we landed it. Perfect. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're at 29% battery. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is take off again, and we're going to use a new tactic here where you can actually press and hold the sticks in and it'll start up. So now I can do a manual lift. Yeah, so we just did it. It did an automatic adjustment based on my area. So the flight height is actually going to be 98 feet. So let's test that just as a safety precaution. We're going to go up to 98 feet and see if it actually will stop us before we exceed that. So we are at 102 feet there. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and bring that down to a safe 90. So my apartment complex is a few buildings over the complex that I actually live in. Let's fly over there. We're at 23%. So we're gonna walk our dog basically and just head on over there, nice and slow. So we got another lag here. I think the fact that I have structures in front of me, it's impeding my signal. So we're just gonna wait because we're a little bit out of line. Okay, we got a low battery warning now. Tap to cancel, go home. So it's trying to go back to where we took off from, which is fine. So we're just going to go ahead and land. %. And we are still in Cine smooth mode. I may have wanted to switch over to airplane mode, or excuse me, sport mode, because our descent would be faster probably. So let's go ahead and catch this. We'll do a cool and that is that. So a lot to learn. Overall, still getting used to the equipment. I think there's a couple settings we need to change. The return to home feature when we get to low battery mode. But all in all, I'd say that was a successful flight. Big takeaways are going to be just to not overdrive the drone or get too far ahead of myself and just kind of trust my instincts. But yeah, that's take one.
So there we have it, guys. First flight, well, technically our second flight. We had a lot to learn, what we experienced. There was a lot of takeaways from that. A few features that I'm actually interested in testing. That automatic return to home feature where battery gets low, it tries to go back with enough battery life. I kind of want to test that out and see how well that does. My main concern, again, there are so many things that I need to be aware of. This being the DJI Mavic Mini, I do not have to register, but I have to adhere and follow all of the FAA guidelines. You can get in just as much trouble with this little toy as any other drone. So it's just about being ethical. It's about being familiar with your equipment and becoming a better pilot. If you're new to piloting a drone, this takes a little bit more manual control. Anybody that's interested in buying one, do it. They're amazing. The money is so worth it. The fact that I only paid $500 for all of this equipment and I'm able to get out and get pretty good quality shots, it's amazing. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Talk to you guys later.